stupidity for Thoughtful Thursday.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Hey, we're live. Time to be serious. Ladies and gentlemen, today is January 29th, 2014. And this is the KNKL Show, episode 159, I believe so. I'm your host, Ken Lafferty, and today we're joined by...
Colton Kresser.
I'm going to call you Coco Kresser.
Coco Kresser.
Yeah, Coco Kresser.
You go, Glenn. Coco.
Co-host Kresser.
There we go.
But yes, this is Colton, and today is Whatever Wednesday, and we like to draw whatever the heck we want. And specifically, we're drawing submissions by you out there, so we're going to go ahead and take a stroll down the lovely lane really quickly. Just so you guys know how things work nowadays, if you go to the Facebook or you click the link on YouTube and you submit your artwork to the Facebook, it is automatically deemed appropriate for me to take and draw in my own style on Wednesdays. So, thank you to everyone who's been submitting your stuff, as usual. And I have already selected the ones we're going to be drawing today, and they can be seen right here. Coming in from Keith Fernandez with his awesome Panda Warrior.
Seriously, it's so great.
I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. Here we go. So, Keith Fernandez with his Panda Warrior. Then we got Matthew Parker with his character B, number 2. And then Francine, I will not butcher your last name. You were just Francine with this cute little cat girl. Or I think it's some sort of cat thing. But you may be wondering, how the heck did we get to this point? How did we get to the sketches and all that good stuff? And I'll be more than happy to show you. But before that, actually, I do want to talk about today's selections were actually done by Colton.
I selected them today.
Mm-hmm. He's an expert picker.
Should I tell them why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so basically the way it went down...
Start the time lapse.
Yeah, we were working on some stuff, some good stuff, in the near future stuff, and we were getting really into it.
For what?
For the comic, for Emma the Online Comic. EmmaComicOnline.com.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and it's just...
I do the comic.
It's
I draw a comic.
And so, you drew the book also?
I drew the book.
So we were working on that, and we just got really into it. We kind of lost track of time, and he was like, oh crap, dude, I forgot I have to do the submissions today, and I have no time to draw them.
Yeah, I had like 15 minutes to do them.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, no, I'm all greasy, and I'm gross, and I was like, well, why don't you go clean up, and I'll pick them. He's like, that is a great idea.
And I had to eat tacos. Yeah.
And we had some delicious turkey tacos.
Before we continue with that, I want to talk about Keith Fernandez.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
So awesome.
What do we like about this panda guy right here?
The reason I picked it is because I actually thought it was a panda, and then when I, got it and
a
looked little closer, I saw the colored eyes, and I just thought that was so sweet, just like having a full suit of armor. Because I mean, sometimes
panda suit.
Yeah, it just reminded
really awesome.
It reminded me of like Indians when they have the hats, but they have like wolves and stuff on their hats, so you have a whole suit of armor.
Oh yeah,
it's
like a shamanistic. Thing,
yeah,
the wolf head.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was. Kind of like that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, so continuing, we have Matthew Parker with B. His character B. All right, so continuing. Yes, we had to eat tacos, and I had to wash my greasy face.
And then I washed his greasy face, and I selected them, and I picked them, and it was awesome.
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, and so,
I came back, and I was like, you picked these? Really? You out of all of them, you picked these?
I was like offended. I was like, I thought they were good.
I was like, all right, they're good enough. We'll just use them. We'll just roll it.
So the reason I picked the second one was because I just liked the style a lot. I mean,
let's talk about this. Yeah, I actually really like this too.
Mm-hmm.
I like the face shape and like the longer nose and like the mouth kind of like stuck like at the bottom of the face.
I just liked it because it's a little more cartoony. I mean, some of you guys send in freaking awesome, real good, kind of like realistic submissions, and so it was kind of nice to see the break of something just a little super cartoony.
I love seeing people's styles, people's cartoony styles.
So, and I loved the fur on the jacket and stuff, and the fur was very.
And we were trying to figure out what this was right here.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a button or is that like a bubble with a bee in it?
Yeah, I thought maybe it was like she had like a cape on or something, and that was
that's
the little thing that held it on. But there's no cape.
Yeah. Well, actually, wait a minute. Is that? No, that's her other arm, I think. I don't know. Anyway, the rule is when you submit it to the Facebook, it's up to my interpretation. I will take your snake creature and I may turn it into a bat, or I may turn it into a blue giraffe. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that was a snake?
It's my interpretation. Yeah, I think it was a snake.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Durga.
That was Durga.
Awesome.
That was from a couple weeks ago. I drew a character that was supposed to be a snake, and then I turned it into a bat.
It reminds me of the bat from Fern Gully.
Yeah, it reminded me of that too. Yeah.
And then
okay, and then we have Francine's awesome character, super cute. Cat. No, I turned it more into a fox.
I was gonna say it looks like a fox.
In fact, I think it's really funny. As I was drawing this, as I was looking at this, and that's the end of the time lapse. As I was looking at this picture, I was like, "Oh, there's like 2 big pigtails going out the side," and I was like, "Wait a minute! I drew this yesterday. It's the Tails Anthro all over again, except actually done with some skill, and it actually looks nice."
Oh well, yeah. When I read it, they posted and they said, "Hey, your tutorials brought me a long way, so here's a redone version of a character I submitted a while ago."
Oh, dang.
So that's what they wrote.
I need to find the old one then.
Yeah, so they were just like, "Hey, here's a redone."
So I hope this is a fox. I don't know if it is, but it's a fox now.
That's
on the show. It's
that's the reason I picked it, is because said spirit animal told to me was that my spirit animal's a fox.
You and your spirit animals.
And so
wait, what? I thought it was a bear.
It's a bear with the spirit of a
fox.
fox.
That's right. Okay.
I got a stupid double meaning one.
His spirit animal is a bear with the spirit of a fox.
It's the bear with the spirit of a fox. So bears are big and scary, but because he has the soul of a fox, he's like quick and swift and gentle or some other bullcrap like that. So
yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I'm trying to figure out what mine is.
Yeah, we tried.
How do you figure it out again?
Coyotes. No, it's so
coyote. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way you figure out your spirit animal is it's actually funny. One of my really good friends, his mom is like a witch.
Where did those pictures go?
Oh,
I got them.
Like legit, she's a witch, like with a broom over her door at her house and stuff.
Wait, you didn't tell me this. How come you didn't tell me this before you started the show?
Oh.
You didn't tell me this ever.
Oh, sorry. And so anyway, so she has like a broom.
A real witch.
No, she's a real witch, dude. Like legit.
Does she have a green nose with a big mole on it?
No, but she has a Ouija board.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty similar. But
in that case, I have a few other friends that are witches.
Yeah, she said she said that the best way to find out your spirit animal is the animal that it has to be a wild animal. It can't be like a dog or a cat. But
why not?
I mean, I guess it could be, but it's whatever wild animal exposes itself to you the most.
Yeah.
That's, kind of irregular, I mean, they could be even like deer, and so he said that he sees a lot of foxes, or not foxes, coyotes, and I thought, well, maybe, like, the reason that is like, I hardly ever see coyotes. Like, I've only seen a coyote a handful of times, and he sees them pretty frequently, so that leads me to assume that his is a coyote, and for me, ever since I was a little kid, like, whenever I've gone camping, we've always had freaking run-ins with bears and stuff, and I've had dreams when I was younger.
Bears.
I've only ever dreamed about bears. My favorite football team is the Chicago Bears. So
Da Bears. Wait, isn't that Cubs?
No, Chicago Bears.
Who's the Cubs?
The Cubs is a baseball team, but it's not major.
Yes?
I don't think. I think it's like minor league baseball.
Okay, I'm an idiot. I don't know anything about sports.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't come to me with that.
It's not Chicago either. I don't know.
All right, I'm actually just dropping in your drawings here. That way it'll look nice when I post it on the Facebook, as well as I'm going to be using these to reference your colors. Because who doesn't love that?
I also think it'd be kind of cute on the panda armor if this was his tongue.
This is like painted pink.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll do that. But first, before we get into the color, I do kind of want to clean up a little bit more of the lines because they are a wee bit messy. A wee bit messy. And Colton, if you want to go ahead and just like look at the
let's see
comments and stuff, because I can never it's getting harder and harder for me to like look over and look at the chat.
Someone says, "Please go out with me."
Oh yeah, well because Colton's a freaking stud.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's
talking to you. They don't say that stuff when it's just
nope. All right.
Just ask me questions about art. Yeah, help me with this.
So I can't say much. Trying to get good Colton moments. Oh no! I'm gonna be gift.
Someone's gonna get gift.
Whatever.
You're gonna get regifted.
I'm gonna get regifted. Shoot!
Yeah, Colton's gonna get gifted.
Mine's a bear with the spirit of a deer. It's called a beer. That was good. That was clever. That was good.
A deer. Oh wait, what was that thing?
It was
oh
no, a Deborah. Yeah, a deer bra.
Deer bra.
Yeah.
I'm a deer bra.
Yo, he's a deer bra. Half zebra, half deer.
Yeah. Yes, and younger viewers probably will not know what we're talking about because Kevin Hart is quite the colorful comedian.
Colorful comedian.
Colorful, both in his speech and his skin tone. Is that appropriate?
Which is that's totally appropriate because you talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
So it works out.
I can say stuff like that.
Works out great.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Well, maybe I can.
This reminds me kind of like something from Star Fox as well. I don't know why, but like the shape of the head reminds me of like his head would like jitter up and down really fast when he talked.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a little frog guy.
Yeah. Slippy?
Yeah, Slippy. Well, there's Slippy Fox, Falcon, and there's one other. Falco, sorry.
Captain Falco.
Sorry, excuse me.
It's Captain Falco.
And there's like a bear too, isn't there?
Oh yeah. I think there's a bear, but he's in like one of the secret levels.
Yeah, yeah, he's white with brown or red or something like that.
Yeah, he's in one of the secret levels. And there's the cat. Oh, that looked better when it was separated into 2 pieces. I'm going to separate the 2.
Excellent.
It's kind of nice having a co-caster here. Nice. You can read questions. You can select things for me to draw.
Spirit fish, I like that.
And you can talk about spirit animals and witches.
Do a panda roll.
Do a panda roll. I like it. Actually, I'm in the mood for some panda right now.
Speaking of that, we have a Panda Express coming in just down the road.
Yeah, right down the street.
And it's not that, I mean, obviously panda's delicious.
You can walk to it. Well,
yeah,
it would take me like
half
an hour, but you can walk to it. You're really desperate.
The outside is just so cool. The way they decorated it, and it's all like modern. I don't know what modern is.
Modern panda.
Because if any of you guys go on Meme Base, you would know that that by the beginning of next year, we're supposed to dress like they do in Back to the Future Part 2.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we have about a year left. So I don't know exactly what modern is.
I need to check that out. It's been a while since I've seen Back to the Future, so I forget exactly what they're wearing.
Well, when we have our own place in about a week and a half, have our own studio, I have all of them on DVD. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah, right. They're one of my favorites.
Back to the Future party!
Woo! This is heavy. Great Scott.
Box, Strippy, Flacco, Poopy. What?
Poppy. No, that's Poopy.
No, that's straight up Poopy.
Oh, yeah.
Say,
what does this one say? This one says, thanks, Colton's friends, watch mom. Wild.
Well, that's Witch Mom.
Witch Mom? Oh!
Watch Mom.
Oh!
You baby.
Obviously, I need glasses. Okay, make sure you put on your glasses, everyone.
Clearly.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh, was that the girl from, or the chick from Monsters, Inc.?
Roz?
No.
You didn't file your paperwork.
Yeah,
that's Roz.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, sometimes I do that, but...
Oh, that's nice. Dude, Monsters University is such a good movie.
I didn't think I was going to like it, because, like, Cars 2 wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But...
I didn't either.
It was
I didn't see Cars 2, but...
It was...
I didn't think...
It's not that it wasn't good, it's just that, the first Cars was way better. But it was kind of nice because somebody, like, broke it down. I saw it somewhere. And it was, like, when the first Monsters came out, our generation was a lot younger. Like, when that came out, I was probably only, like, 12, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, I forgot how long it was. Like, I watched Monsters, Inc. after I finished watching Monsters U. Yeah. To see how many, like, inside jokes or, like things that they
catch that. Yeah.
But there wasn't that many. But then I looked at the DVD box and it's
like... It came out, like, 11 years ago, man.
Super old looking. I was like, oh, man, I remember when DVD cases used to look like this. It's all, like, really cheesy.
The movie came out, like, 11 years ago. But I saw this thing and somebody kind of, like, broke it down. It was really cool. It was, like, when the first Monsters came out, it catered to kids and teenagers like our age, and it was I think the reason I connected so well with Monsters University is because if I think about it, a lot of the kids that watched the first Monsters are now old enough to be either in college, going to college, just out of college, so it's super relevant and super relatable, you know, to kids our age. So I thought that was kind of cool that it was like our generation. And also they did the same thing with Toy Story, because if you think about it, when it came out, Andy was just a kid. When we saw it, we were just kids. The second one, Andy was a little older, we were a little older, and then in the third one, he's going away to college again, which is a lot of our generation, and he has to give up his toys to the daycare and give them to someone else that wants to, you know, play with them and stuff. So that was kind of something.
You think they did that on purpose?
I don't know if they did it on purpose when they made like the first one or the second one, but I think when the third one came out, it just made sense, you know. That's just the way it would go.
Yeah. What about Bug's Life? Why did they make that one?
I liked Bug's Life a lot, but I don't know.
Oh, I liked it. I liked it too. Yeah.
Bug's Life is so
I thought it was really funny how during that time, like when Bug's Life came out, then freaking Ants came out. Ants came out from DreamWorks, and then they did something else like that, where it was basically like anything that Pixar released, DreamWorks very soon after
would do something.
Basically, came out with a movie that was very
Ants is
similar
pretty
to
good,
it.
though. I liked Ants.
I didn't like Ants.
I just like Ants
personally
because Stallone was in it. I remember Sylvester Stallone was in it.
Yeah.
But I remember there was a part in that movie that used to give me nightmares. It's when they go to war with like the potato bugs.
Yeah, dude. That
And
was
he picks up
scary,
the other guy's
man.
face. I was like, oh my god! Why would you do that?
Dude, that's scary as hell. Like,
Yeah.
Why would you put that in? Was that supposed to be made for kids?
I don't know, dude. That
They're
movie
freaking
was
getting like melted by the acid. They're like,
Yeah.
ah! You know, like their flesh is like melting off their whatever exoskeletons.
Exoskeleton. Yeah.
That was really. Is that even possible? Can you?
They
You don't,
they
you don't have
literally
skin.
get burned from the inside out by getting burned from the outside in.
Yeah,
That makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they made that.
to
And then they made that.
innards.
They made that really stupid movie, the one about the kid that like pees on the anthill, and then they shrink him down, and Nicolas Cage is in that movie.
Wait, what? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's another
Was that
movie.
Ants 2?
No, it was another movie about ants, but I don't remember what it's freaking called. Anyways, there's this little boy, and he like pisses all over the anthill, and they get really mad, so they use some potions and they shrink him to the size of an ant.
Oh,
And Nicolas
man.
Cage plays one of the ants.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
nice. That's good to know.
It's that one.
That's a good thing to know to never watch.
That one sucked quite a bit too.
There was another one though. Like
Another ant movie?
no, there was
Like,
another
oh.
thing where DreamWorks came out with something very similar to Pixar. Like as soon as they came out, but I forgot what it was.
Like Shrek.
No, Shrek was
was
their
actually
own
pretty
original
original.
thing. And their first, the first movie was actually really funny. But then they just capitalized on that thing. I was like, all right, this is our cash cow. Shrek 3, Shrek 4, Shrek 4.5. Wait, did they actually do Shrek 4.5
No,
or something stupid like that?
no. They have Shrek 1, 2, 3.
Did they go up to like
Shrek
6?
4, no, they have Shrek 4, and then they have like a ton of holiday specials. Like Shrek Halloween. And,
Shrek just needed to go away. Did Mike Myers like eventually just...
It's called Ant Bully. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
Ant Bully.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Did Mike Myers eventually just stop voice acting Shrek?
no, he voiced
He's just
every
got sick
single
of
one.
it?
No, dude,
Really?
every single one of them, and he's in like so many. And so is Eddie Murphy. He does all the donkeys too. Like everyone's the same.
Wow.
But I liked the first one and the second one a lot. Like the second one was pretty good too.
Yeah.
after
Oh, actually,
that,
yeah.
I
Was that the one where he becomes human? Because I think
Yeah, that's the one where he becomes human.
That
And
one's
like
okay.
I just remember it was super funny. Because there's a part where Shrek's like laying in bed and he can't sleep, and someone busts through the doors, and he's like, you know, because everyone keeps waking him up, and someone breaks through the door, and then he just sits up and he's like, somebody better be dying, and then the next shot is beyond his dad, and he's all, I'm dying.
I
just
don't remember
it was
that part.
so
but
funny. It just made me laugh
Yeah.
so hard.
I just liked when he got turned human and he was like super macho.
Yeah, it was like
all the
running
ladies
hands
wanted him.
and stuff.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
Donkey turned into a horse.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one was pretty funny.
yeah, that was really cool. Donkey turned into a horse. He turned into a white
stallion.
horse,
White stallion.
like the one from Tangled.
Or a Mustang. Yeah, I guess.
Did he look like the one from Tangled?
Yeah, he did.
I need to remember exactly what he looked like
Yeah,
because
he looked like the one from
if
Tangled.
memory serves me well, I remember him looking exactly like the horse from Tangled.
I think he looks. Yeah, no, he's the same. It's the same horse.
It's the same horse.
Little
so
did you know it's-
oh, that wasn't DreamWorks.
That was Disney.
Disney ripped off DreamWorks, who ripped off
That's
Pixar,
first, yeah.
who's owned by Disney, and then there's this infinite cycle that's happening. Speaking of interesting Pixar movies, what did you think of WALL-E? That was a really interesting one.
Oof.
I liked it until I saw that they were like using live actors. I thought that was weird, and it kind of like destroyed the.
The only reason they used live actors or wasn't on the movie was on the on the screen.
Yeah.
That
I just thought that was
threw me
weird.
for a loop. But
It really broke the fantasy, I guess. you could
I
say.
liked Wally, and I thought they did a really good job with it, even though like Wally didn't talk or Eva didn't talk either.
Mhm.
But one thing I started getting like annoyed because that movie was just basically saying, "Hey, America, if you don't stop getting so freaking fat, this is what's gonna happen." So it was like I felt like they were
Yeah.
trying to like subliminally tell kids that it's not okay to be fat because
Yeah.
then they'll just be on a spaceship and be fat.
Yeah,
Which is great.
a
I
big
mean,
old
like,
chair.
yeah, it's like I think it's fine that you're saying, that like it's good to be healthy
Too
and
much-
stuff.
Too much
but
focus on
it's just like
message.
yeah, it's the same time. It's like the same thing when they changed the Cookie Monster to the Vegetable Monster. It's like no one wants to see that crap.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about that? They changed the Cookie Monster to the Vegetable Monster.
When did that happen?
Like you can Google it. I don't remember when it happened. It happened not that long ago. But they changed him to the Vegetable Monster, and
That
then,
is disturbing.
and then everyone thought it was stupid, so they switched it back. But the thing that makes me mad is like I grew up with the Cookie Monster, and look at how skinny. Look at this. I'm pretty skinny.
Yeah, well now you are. But
I used-
you told me about your dark past.
I was husky. I was husky.
I seen those photos.
Yeah.
Then you saw Wally.
I just had to. Yeah, I watched Wally.
Right? You watched Wally.
I watched Wally. No, I just grew.
No, you were never. No, you weren't even husky. You look the same. I don't know what you're thinking.
No, I think. Well, like this is the thing. I always used to. I've weighed consistently the same weight that I have since like 9th or 10th grade. I've been the same weight, but I've gotten a lot taller. Like I've grown. You know, I'm 6'1" now, so it just really.
All right. People are saying, "What about Brave?" Says.
Ooh.
T.
What? That one
how do you say that? How do you say that name? Tyetnic. Titnic.
Titnic. Titnic.
Titnic just sounds very inappropriate.
I'm gonna call you Titnip.
That's even worse. Just call him
T. Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Or Mrs. T.
T. Or yeah, I don't know what you are. I don't know what your gender is.
Anyways, you didn't like. I liked Brave.
I didn't see Brave,
but
I saw the billboards for Brave. Does that count?
A little bit. But
you've seen the movie when you see the billboards.
Yeah, no. Like the reason I liked Brave is because I thought the bear when she goes and she fights the bear and it's supposed to be like the king and stuff. I thought that was super awesome. Like the way they designed the bear, animated the bear was just so cool. I think that's one of the reasons I liked it, and I think the only other reason.
And it's a spirit animal.
Right? And it's a spirit animal.
That's why you like it.
And
it came to you through the animation.
I think one of the reasons I liked it because the first time I ever watched it, I watched it with my little sister, and so I think that's why I liked it. So she was just like, "Yeah, you have to watch this with me. You have to watch this with me." And I was like, "All right, no, well, I'll watch it with you." And I think that was one of the reasons I liked it. But I get what you're saying. Other than that, it's really not that. It's not that great.
It's not that great.
So it's just one of those family movies, like.
Dude, How to Train Your Dragon was probably the biggest surprise that I've ever had from DreamWorks. Because I never really expect much from DreamWorks.
Really?
Yeah, because like for me, if DreamWorks makes a good movie, it's a surprise.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah.
So when they made How to Train Your Dragon, I was like, dang, this is good.
I don't know, my favorite.
They need to make more movies like this.
Well, they're making a second one, and I'm glad that they're waiting because a lot of times they release the first one, and then 6 months later, it's like an announcement.
Oh yeah, it's like, hey,
yeah,
here you go.
But so they waited for a while on that one, which is good. And it's not it hasn't had a trailer or anything, I don't think yet.
Yeah.
But my personal favorite DreamWorks movie, and probably
all-time favorite.
No, I mean it's. Okay, favorite, yeah, probably my favorite DreamWorks is definitely Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. I love
Kung Fu Panda was pretty good too, yeah. They stepped up their game after the Kung Fu Panda thing.
Yeah, and then everyone, kind of just like, oh, I didn't like the second one. I thought the second one was just as good.
Yeah, I didn't see the second one.
It was super good. So
nice.
Second one was really good. I love the first one. That's probably my favorite DreamWorks movie. It's just super good. Jack Black, I've been a fan of him for years and years and years and years. So that one's really good. What other movies does DreamWorks have?
All right, guys, we're almost done with the lines while we're talking about
movies.
DreamWorks, talking about design. Speaking of design, just about done with these, and then we're gonna add the color, finish them up. So yes, how long have we been going for? Oh hey, we've been going for about 25 minutes. You know what time it is?
It is time.
You want to say it?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Time for Question Catapult.
Alright people, it's Question Catapult time. Please cast your questions over the castle walls. And I'll select the appropriate ones. And then we'll end today's show after we finish coloring.
Yeah.
And yeah, what should their questions be about? Should they be Keenan, why can't DreamWorks make a good movie other than Kung Fu Panda and
How to Train
Your Dragon?
For real.
Why is Wally so handsome, even though he's a robot? I don't understand why I'm attracted to him.
Wally's a good-looking guy.
Questions of that nature, please fire them over.
How old are you, Colton? My birthday's in a couple weeks, and I'll be 20. So.
Yeah. And he's becoming a man.
And
getting his own place.
Getting my own place. Becoming a real. I'm a real boy. That was funny because I was like Mickey Mouse Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. Uh-huh.
Wait, I don't even know how Pinocchio
I don't
sounds.
know how Pinocchio sounds either.
Okay, well he's Mickey now. He's Mickey. That's good. It works. you couldn't have said it, or even if you didn't say anything.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So.
Do you know what your spirit animal is about? The bear represents overcoming obstacles.
Yeah.
So that's that.
That's good. Maybe I'm a bear too.
No,
I'm not.
You could be a coyote. We'll Google this later and we'll let you guys know.
Coyote is a scavenger. Likes to eat dead cats. I know because it ate mine. It ate my cat. I'm very sad about that.
Colton is so young. I know. Thanks. OMG.
He's young and ready.
I'm single and ready to make
My voice cracks.
I'm single!
He's ready. Oh, he's ready. And speaking of ready, yeah, moving on to Panda.
What did I read wrong? Sorry. Excuse me. Alright, here's a good question. Here's a real one. How do you choose Facebook submissions to draw? I was hoping mine would be in this episode, but I was wondering if there was a possibility that it could be in an episode.
Yeah.
First of all, go by
you tell.
Yeah. Tell us which one you drew. Just say, oh, I drew the.
No, I was saying you tell them why you picked.
No, I'm just.
Oh. Okay.
So tell us which one you drew first, and then. Anyways, the way I went about it is characters that just really were different, kind of caught my eye.
Unique designs.
It's like, you know, sometimes there will be sections.
Or styles.
Yeah, like styles. Anything.
Like B right here.
Colored. Even though this one was black and white, that caught me because a lot of the ones were, like, I don't want to say heavily colored, but they were a lot more colored than these ones.
Yeah.
And so when I saw the black and white one, it drew me right to that. So I guess...
Yeah, for unique.
Yeah, I would say it kind of depends on when you post it to the Facebook. Because the atmosphere of everything that's going on around will catch our eye, but as well as just, I mean, being unique. I mean, it's hard to be unique and original, I guess, but I mean, just go. You just gotta go.
It doesn't even have to. It doesn't have to be completely original. It just has to be something kind of different. I mean, look at this guy. It's a freaking suit of armor, but it's a panda. It's a panda suit of armor.
Yeah,
like, that's
so
super
awesome.
Cool. So, you know, like if you're sending in your characters and it's just like if it's a generic anime girl with pink hair, then you know. I might not have as great of a chance as
he might draw
chosen.
He might draw it in his free time. But
yeah, yeah, maybe.
but
other than that, I mean, but still, I mean, you can take something as simple as, you know, like a girl character. The reason why I liked B right here from Matthew Parker is because it just has like just a little something different about it. Like it has the little stripes going on and the little you know headband and then this bubble thing with a bee encased inside of it. So it's like Jurassic Park. Except it's a bee.
It's the mosquito. Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Well, I actually thought the reason that the bee one caught me is I read the description first. It was like, hey, here's my picture. Her name is Bee. And then I was just like, why would her name be Bee? There's nothing on her. And then when I had to look at the little center bee, it made me look at everything else, and I was able to, you know, like appreciate the picture a lot more.
So
I think.
Jedi mind tricks.
Yes.
Work. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Bee's skin tone because they're the same.
See that you want to see it. Oh, hey, come on. What do you mean you guess yours isn't really that good?
Now, let's not go with that.
Come
let's
on.
not say that. Just because you don't get chosen doesn't mean you're not special. Okay? You're special.
It's like I guarantee
we can only choose 3 a week.
Yeah,
so,
I was going to say, I guarantee you I probably looked at it.
Disappointment is bound to happen. Yes, we look at every single piece, and we like every single piece. But we can only choose 3. So don't take it personal. Just take it as a challenge. You're always improving.
I mean, I feel like me saying that, like, oh, this is what I like to look for in an art piece, but guess what? I can't draw digitally for shit.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, technically,
you can't.
No, yeah, you do.
No, I didn't mean it like
that. No, it's funny. Don't worry about it. But, you know, I mean, that's just what I like to look for in other pieces. And so that's one thing I noticed that I would like to try. I think for me, that's one thing, too. Is like, that's really clever. I'd like to try something like that sometime. You know?
Yeah, clever stuff. Clever stuff we like.
Yeah, something that, like, catches me.
Catches our eye, yeah. Let's get with it. Moving on to B. B's up next.
Yep, B is legit.
I like B.
Can you make a tutorial for the animations you did with Adobe After Effects? Which animations?
Possibly. They're talking about this right here, the Emma screen.
Oh, okay.
I possibly could. These things usually take like hours to do.
He worked on that all day. So
yeah, I could do my best. I'm not the best with After Effects personally. It's basically just parallaxing things over top of each other. But I will definitely keep it in mind. And I do appreciate the suggestion.
yes.
Let's finish this up here. Okay, let's do the skin.
They should make a new Star Fox. I agree.
Yeah, not the freaking sucky.
The last one they
just,
made
just
was like.
keep it normal, right?
Well, I don't even know what the last
one. Give me the freaking shooting things in
was.
space.
I know. Star Fox 64 was my favorite Star Fox that they've made.
Yeah, don't get me running around on some dinosaur planet. I don't want that.
Well, even in Star Fox, like it was cool because you could fly around in space. You could also drive on the ground.
Yeah, dude, the freaking tank
yeah,
level. That was my favorite.
That was legit, dude. And then you can run around. I think you run around a little bit in that game. I don't remember being on the ships the whole time.
I think that was Frontal Assault or something like that. Star Fox Ground Assault or something. I don't know.
I played it.
Anyway, continuing. And we're getting tons of questions today. I like it. Or we can, because we still got some time before we finish.
How do you develop your own art style, and how did you end up developing the style you have now?
Huh. That's a good question. Well, in terms of this... Oh, crap. I've been working on this thing, and I haven't had it on Photoshop. Sorry, guys.
Whoops!
You didn't miss much. You just missed me coloring in Bee's skin. Sorry about that. Common mistake. The way that I did it was actually right before I started working on Emma. I was talking with my good buddy Larry Ray, who's the designer of Zack. He designed Zack and a couple other champions from League de Leyendos. But he was helping me come up with a style for the comic. And I've always really liked anime, but I was always searching for something that could really make it my own style. And I think what really cemented it was when I figured out the style that I wanted to use for Emma. And so now I kind of do basically this right here. I really like this kind of thing going on. So it takes time. It really does. You know, but I think as long as you always have that like in the back of your mind, like I really want to develop my own style, and just don't worry about it so much, but just focus on doing what you really want to do. And I think just naturally the style emerges.
It's like what you were saying before. It's like literally the best thing about being an artist is if someone says, "Hey, I don't like that," you can be like, "Well, it's my style." So
yeah, there's no
get over it, you know.
Yeah, there's no rules. There's no rules to doing art. In fact, you know, a lot of things, you know, a lot of really awesome artists, when they're coming up with their own style, you will be told that I don't like your style. People will come up to you and tell you that they don't like what you're doing. But if you like what you're doing, then you should really stick with it. Because I was told plenty of times by my art teachers that they didn't like my style. They didn't like what I was doing. It was too cartoony. You know, I need to learn how to work with paints. I need to learn how to do traditional art. You know, there's no work in anime. Nobody likes that stuff. And, you know.
It was the same for me in art school.
When I
had art class too, it was like, all right, let's, you know, like, you turn in a project, it's draw whatever you want. Draw whatever I wanted to get an A, and then it'd be like, all right, now you have to do this thing where you draw it, and then you like use the eraser and stuff. And I would just, you know, it's not that I wouldn't do a good job. It's just I wasn't interested in those, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm really interested in cartoons, and right now with my drawing, something that really has been catching my eye is like the Simpsons style and Futurama. Like I love that style, but it's simple and it looks super nice. Like if you watch Futurama, you notice a lot of the colors don't have very many highlights. They're really flat, but they're just so like against each other.
Futurama does a good job.
Yeah, it's so well done. That's definitely one of my favorite art styles. I would say is the Futurama art style as well as the Simpsons.
Yeah,
it's like the Simpsons are yellow. I don't, like, and that's one of the longest running TV shows ever. I think that TV show's been going for like 13 years. So if they can paint their people yellow and go for 13 years, I'm pretty sure any of you guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah, you can do whatever.
It should be fine.
You're free to just go crazy. And Doug made freaking green people. So
yeah.
But that didn't run as long as Simpsons. So less Doug, more Simpsons.
Yeah, more Simpsons.
For your style.
And Simpsons is just kind of funny.
That's the point of this.
Simpsons for your style.
Simpsons style is where it's at. Okay.
As a beginner in drawing, I wanted to know when you started drawing, how you proceeded to learn. Did you learn one body part at a time and then piece it together like a puzzle? Or did you instead draw the whole body in pictures to learn everything at once?
I just drew what naturally had to happen. Basically, I wasn't interested in learning anatomy. I didn't care about drawing bodies. I was actually just interested in drawing faces. I was interested in drawing characters, just like maybe down to the shoulders. But I didn't care about, like, one of my biggest challenges when I was learning to draw at the beginning was getting a character to look like they're standing on the ground, like literally putting their feet on the ground and making it look like they're balanced. Because most of the time they would be like too far in front. And, yeah, they look like they were just going to topple over. But I think just as I progressed, learning anatomy and learning things, like learning the things that all go into like fundamentals, those just naturally became interesting to me, as opposed to me thinking with the mindset of, oh, well, I have to learn this if I want to, you know, work in the industry. I have to do this. I really just stuck to doing what I wanted to do, and then naturally, those things just became interesting to me at the point.
Yeah.
Where, you know?
I was just gonna bring that up too. I was gonna say, even for me, even though I'm not new to drawing, but I'm new to digital art for sure, and a lot of things that I didn't think were going to be very interesting to me are for some reason just becoming very interesting. Like
there's a natural thing. You know?
Yeah, like the other day when I was at work, I had some downtime, and I literally just took out a piece of paper, sat on my desk, and I just drew hands all over the paper. And I didn't know. It's like, oh, well, maybe I could draw a character with hands. Like, I literally just wanted to go home, get on my computer, and just draw hands everywhere. Like, just get good at hands. I mean, it just kind of, I just feel like it naturally comes.
It's a natural progression, natural growth.
If you try to draw, you know, if you try to draw a full body picture and you have trouble with hands, you'll slowly just kind of find yourself being like, ah, man, I really want to work on hands. So
yeah, and I think what it really comes down to is just the principle of if you try to force something to happen, it almost inevitably never does. So if you try to force yourself to learn something and you do it under a state of like pressure and like you feel like you have to and you're not really enjoying it, you're just not going to absorb the information as well as if you were really interested in it, naturally interested.
Mm-hmm. That was a problem I had when I first started, was trying to force myself to draw things I wasn't even like interested in. I was like, oh, if I want to be a digital artist, then I literally have to sit down with no experience and draw a splash. And if I can't, you know, and then I can't do that. So I just get really pissed off at myself. And I suck. I suck so bad. But you know, it's draw what you like to draw. You know?
That same what you're talking about actually made me think of something else. That same principle, because I was on the other side of the fence basically when it came to learning guitar.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want to learn how to play guitar. And, you know, everybody always told me, oh, you got to learn scales, you got to learn this and that.
Told me that.
And I hated scales. Like, I was not interested in learning scales. I was like, I just want to play along to music.
Yeah.
I just want to pick up the guitar and, like, figure things out, just, like, listen to the notes and play around with the distortions on the amp. That's what I wanted to do. And so I just kind of disregarded all of that stuff. Everybody's saying, oh, you got to learn scales. I never learned scales. But then eventually it got to a point where I became interested in scales. I became very interested in scales because I just naturally, it was just part of the path. Yeah, and then it was there, and I was like, yes, I want to learn scales now because it's going to help me improve and help me learn about, you know, this, you know, different technique or whatever it was I was learning. So I don't get so caught up in...
I took took guitar class for a month, and, you know, they were like, okay, now these are the scales, and this is how you read notes, and like, my music teacher literally said, if you don't know this, you will go nowhere as a musician. And she's like, all the major musicians that are making lots of money, she's like, they know this stuff.
Yeah.
So I was just, you know, but...
and they do, but they learned it at their own pace.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, you have to learn it right that second. And for me, I was like, I got really fed up with kind of the bullcrap she kept... Because she kept saying that, and I couldn't do it. I didn't get notes, I didn't know scales, so I just got really mad.
Yeah.
And I remember I quit, like, I kind of just quit guitar. I was like, whatever, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And then...
that's terrible.
Yeah, and then I remember I was like, this isn't for me. And then I was laying in my bed one day and I was looking at my guitar and I was like, I think it was my first guitar, so I spent like $300 on it. And I just remember I was like, I wasted $300 on this guitar. And I said, if that's going to be the way, I'm going to learn how to play it. So I sat down every day after school for hours and just YouTubed everything.
Yeah.
So
and then you got freaking good. I was freaking good at guitar.
I'm alright.
It's awesome.
I was in a band. It's, you know, check out our MySpace.
You still have it?
Oh wait, yeah, it's
MySpace.
No, our MySpace
existing.
No, it's still up, but
it still exists.
We haven't posted on that since I was like freaking 16. So
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I just think I need to. I feel like I'm talking to myself when I say that because I really need to get in that mentality of drawing. I just need to think to myself, oh, I wasted $300 on a tablet. I'm gonna learn how to use it.
Yeah.
So
you bought a tablet.
I did.
And he sees it. But your excuse, I mean, your reason, is because It's so cold in that basement.
No, well, it sucks because right now I'm just kicking it in my parents' basement until we can move out, and there's no heat, so it's super cold. So whenever I do go down there to draw, I always have to bundle up, and I get hot and sweaty, and then my fingers will get like really cold and cramped, and my muscles hurt really bad. So
and just as a point of reference,
it makes me super disinterested.
Living in the basement is a normal thing here in Utah because everybody has an unfinished basement. Everybody's parents has an unfinished basement.
And you live in it.
We literally
right next to the furnace.
Are the epitome
and it's really loud.
Of comic artists, yes, we are the comic artist nerds living in the basement for now, but that is very quickly going to change.
Yeah, it sucks because whenever we want to play video games or anything, it's like I don't play for very long because my fingers just cramp and hurt really bad because it's so cold. But okay, so this question is kind of good. I shouldn't say kind of good.
I don't want kind of good.
All right.
I want really good.
Well, it is a good one.
Okay,
it says, hey, Keenan, do you still read YouTube comments? I had asked a couple questions on the last Thoughtful Thursday, and there was no reply.
Oh.
And I feel like I should answer this.
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so he... the best way to put this is no. Is a lot of the times what happens is Keenan's like, oh dude, I was looking at these comments and stuff, and he just, I don't know, it's not that your comments are like mean or anything like that. He just doesn't want to, because it's like, what if it's like, what if you get started and then there's just that one guy or something?
No, it's not so much that. I think really what it's come down to is that, making this thing. I mean, I talk to you guys about being yourself. I talk to you guys about being yourself and like really trying to stick to your original vision, right?
Yeah, Bryce said
no.
Nope.
Sticking to your original vision kind of requires that every now and then you have to ignore people. You have to ignore the comments of both the people that love what you're doing as well as the people that are saying you suck.
It's like people saying that your work is awesome is just as toxic as people saying that it's bad. So
yeah, so it's not so much that I don't care or that I don't value your feedback. But the best way for you guys to actually get into contact with me, the best way that I'm guaranteed to look at something is if you post something to the Facebook and you draw me a picture. That is a guaranteed way for me to see whatever it is you drew and whatever it is you commented on. YouTube comments are just not a priority.
No.
I appreciate them, but I just don't look at them that much.
Yeah, a lot of the times what will happen is I'll read them and then be like, hey.
Colton will tell me the good ones,
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, I read a couple comments on this thing, some really great questions. Actually,
he has done that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's usually me, because we'll be hanging out and be like, oh, dude, all right, I just finished up this drawing. And then he'll stop talking to me and look at his computer and, like, get on YouTube and Facebook, like, open all these social media and, like, DeviantArt, and I'll be like, what are you doing? And he's like, nothing. Like, yeah, you better be
looking at comments.
Well, yeah, looking at comments,
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
kick
not
them
good.
off, and so... But a lot of the times what will happen is I'll read them, and then I feel like if he needs to know it, I mean, a lot of times you guys are really nice, and you're just like, hey, this is great, or awesome, which is awesome too, but sometimes you guys do ask really important questions, and because I discipline him so that he doesn't look at them, I'll tell him. But it might depend on what question you ask, because not that long ago, maybe like 1 or 2 Thoughtful Thursdays ago, someone posted a really great question, and I had to tell him, and he actually did another Thoughtful Thursday on that question.
Yeah, so it just depends. I mean, don't take it personal. It's just I have to prioritize things, right? Because my time is valuable. I'm making a comic here, and I'm doing this stuff. So if you want me to see something, if you want the highest chance of me seeing it, post it to the Facebook.
Yeah, post it. Like, you don't even have to post a picture. Just post a little... Make a post.
Yeah, you can post something on the Facebook.
Be like, hey, Keenan, it's like we check that on the daily.
DeviantArt is actually pretty good too. Mm-hmm. It's just priorities.
Yep.
Work the system.
Work it.
Work it.
Work it.
All right.
Keenan is just a star.
What?
It says Keenan is just a star. Yep.
I don't know what that means. Yeah.
So to answer your question, no.
Answer your question.
Not on YouTube.
Apologies, but no.
Not on YouTube.
Not as much. Not as much.
Okay, let's see what else you guys.
There's better ways to get my attention, and you can use those. Use it.
I just call him. He doesn't answer, but.
All right.
Because anyone ever calls you while you're doing the freaking show.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, people always call me as soon as I start doing the freaking show. Drives me crazy.
Leave him alone all day.
All day.
All day.
I'm expecting calls all day, and then nobody calls me until the show.
Like me, I did it once.
Yeah.
My bad.
Alrighty then. I'm liking those. Ideally, I'd like to do a little bit of paint overs on these. We've been going for about an hour.
Shoot! Extra long.
Shoot!
Ultra long.
All right. Well, we've been going for almost an hour. Let's just finish it off.
All right.
Let's do some.
That sounds good to me.
Why not?
All right. I thought Thoughtful Thursday.
It's getting kind of hot in here.
Related questions though. I wonder.
All right. OP layer time. And then
yeah, totally. Go ahead. Ask your question right now, and we can answer it. I mean.
Yeah. Also, yeah. The other thing is
Post
ask
it
it on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ask it on the show.
So.
Especially while I have a co-caster who can look at the questions. If it's just me by myself, I tend to have a little bit of problems.
Who? Just kidding. That was a stupid joke. I'm sorry.
What? Who's behind you?
No, you were like, as long as I have a co-caster, and I was like, who?
Oh.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad. I didn't get it.
Yeah, I get it.
But it was a good try. You reached for it. You know? That's the important thing.
Lame! Alright, let's see what you guys are saying over here. Come here with your prints. Speaking of prints, we're at like 280 bucks on Patreon.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that. Okay.
No. Oh my god, no. Please, Kevin. No.
We gotta talk about that right now.
Man.
Okay, so you guys are freaking awesome. And you guys have been helping us out on Patreon, and I am forever grateful to you guys. I just want to let you know that we're going to be sending out these prints to everybody who has helped us get to our next goal, which is 300 bucks.
We're almost there.
285. We got $15 to go. Everybody who helps us get to 300 is getting these prints
for free.
All that good stuff. Yeah, you can pledge.
Essentially,
You can pledge as little as $1, and I'm covering shipping. I'm sending those all to you,
Yep.
and you can check that out by just clicking the link, the little Patreon link down there. And yeah, just kinds of good stuff.
Like you guys, I don't know.
I'm super.
I can't believe it. We were at $230 a few hours ago.
Yeah, like yesterday we were at $230.
yeah,
and
couple
today,
hours ago.
like I literally woke up. I woke up and I looked at it and I was like, I literally just felt like crying. I was like on my knees. I was like, thank you, God.
Like,
this is so awesome. Thank you, people.
It makes you like. It's not like crying because we're sad or anything, but I feel totally the same. Like it just blows me away, and it's just so much like joy. I guess is the the word. But like whenever I see that, like I
just can't believe it's working. Like the comic is being funded by people,
viewers.
Yeah,
it's not,
people are stepping up, and that's really awesome. I just don't even know what to.
That's
say.
Right. Mischievous. Yes, 2. I pledged today, and they were number 62.
Booyah! Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr.
you.
Mischievous.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Mischievous.
You guys are so awesome.
Yes, thank you guys so much. And as much as we do like appreciate those things, again, I'm sticking by. I always tell you guys this, but you guys will never be required to pay anything to watch the show. To watch the show, to read the comic, it's always going to be free. Okay. So, just want to make sure you guys know that. Don't worry, we're not switching. We're not becoming a corporate monster just yet.
It's there so that we can, make it better. I mean,
and you guys get cool stuff.
Yeah, you get free stuff. The quality of the show is going to be better. Like soon, hopefully, pretty soon here, we're gonna have a new microphone
and a whole new rig
and a whole new rig. Because Keen's computer is crashing real hard.
Yeah.
So
it works. It does its best.
It's coming down from a high of Diet Coke and Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
And
so that was really good. I like that.
We're gonna get a new rig.
OP really helps a lot.
New microphone. Extra money allows us to make more prints. Allows us to send you more prints.
Yeah. Pay my employees who are helping me with the
Pay the people that work.
Yes. Pay the people that help me. Freaking employing people. Like so awesome. Super
Write
excited.
it off on your taxes.
And I'm excited, yes. I'm excited to have people help me out with the comic. So many awesome people, man.
This is a good question. Hey, Keenan, quick question. Do you have a certain way of writing in your journal, like a way of organizing ideas, or do you just go free-flowing, writing down what comes at any time?
Yeah, I separate my journal into 4 parts. Show you really quickly.
Oh, and also,
this is my magical journal.
They bought their own journal.
Yes, good job. Everybody who doesn't have a journal, go out and get one. This is number 2. This is the sequel, okay? But look, right here, if you look, there's little tabs right there. See those? I separate my journal into 4 parts. And the first one is just life, talk about stuff, just the usual happenings, the cute girl that I'm eyeballing from across the room. Goals is the next one. Business ideas is the third one, and the last one is wisdom. Wisdom is basically you hear something, somebody says something, and you're like, oh, that's awesome, I got to write that down. Yeah. Really cool motivational talks. Some of my favorite speeches and things that people have said, I put into my journal.
What's funny about his journal is when he tells you guys on the stream, like, you can literally write it in how you want, upside down, sideways. Like, he's not just saying that.
Yeah.
It's literally upside down and sideways for him. I mean, for me, I have a journal, and usually what I do is he likes to do bullet points, which I think is great. Like, he does lots of bullet points in boxes and stuff, but for me, I feel like the most comfortable way.
You've been looking at my journal?
No, you just show me. Actually,
I know. I was kidding.
No, I was just like,
how dare you?
Sorry. But for me, I usually just write run-on sentences. Like, I just
yeah, just brain poop
all over. Yeah,
brain barf
all over everything. So that's the way
all over the place
mine goes. Except, well, mine has a few sections too. Mine's like ideas, and so at the top of every page, I usually write like video idea, comic idea, just anything like thought I had, and then I just kind of write it down and explain it to myself, because I know if I write bullet points, to me, it's not going to make sense. So if I write it, it makes sense to me, and then I have another one that I usually write down quotes, things like that. And that's
I love writing down quotes, man.
It's just good to it's good to remember those. So
yeah, and it's really cool to look back on the days where you were just having like the best day ever. You're like, people just pledged me on the Patreon. We're almost at $300. It's the best day ever. And then you flip back a few months, and I was like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Why did I quit my job to do this? I feel so depressed. I feel like I just want to disappear right now. And it's really cool to just look back on those things and just like read and like relive those moments, because they're all just a part of the journey. They're all just a part of the rite of passage, or whatever you want to call it.
I think it's funny too, because that works really well for you. You like to read it. I went back and tried to read something that I wrote down. I remember I was just feeling really bummed this day, and I was super stressed. And so I wrote it down. It made me feel better. But when I read it, it just made me feel like that again. I don't know. Just for me, that doesn't really work. I don't know. Hey, that's just me. I don't really like to read it.
Don't do that.
Besides, like, I only did it once.
Oh, okay. Never again.
Never again. So I think, and I also think it'd be kind of cool to write down exactly how you felt and just leave it. Like, to me, that's just you just leave it.
I love to write down things that I'm worrying about. It
really
helps. It really helps to write down things that I'm worrying about.
Okay, so this, I'm pretty sure this is the YouTube question person.
All right. Better be good.
It's related to the feeling of being behind. Like when you find this awesome artist and you notice their age and no, actually we did read this. We did read this. I told them about this. So,
I thought I answered this.
No, you did a.
I talked about something.
No, yeah, it was It was a couple Thoughtful Thursdays ago. You were talking about we read your question. It was about being behind and someone being really young and everything, but and then we also answered because somebody messaged you on DeviantArt and said that one girl was like being really mean. Yeah. So it was in a double thing, but I remember. But I mean, we can re-answer that. That question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. This is actually a very common feeling. This is a very, very common feeling. A lot of people actually come up to me. They ask this question, worded a 1,000 different ways, but it basically just comes down to comparing yourself to others and feeling like your self-worth is based off of how well you stack up against somebody else. And I think that is actually one of the worst mentalities that you could ever have. And it's easier said than done to be like, oh, well, just don't think that way. But I want to go a little bit deeper than that. And this kind of comes back to what I was talking about, that art in its own sense is very subjective. You can base, skill off of knowledge of fundamentals or how well they draw, anatomy or whatever. Yeah. But really when it comes down to it, the artist, really, the value of the artist for me really just comes down to the confidence in their own work and their own style and the development of their own style. So whenever you look at, and I'll use myself as an example because I used to have those same exact thoughts. I would be, getting into digital art and I'd be looking up to all these artists and I was like, oh man, I want to be as good as Jason Chan or Shiramoon. Or Shiramoon is Paul Kwan, who designed Vi and Zyra, Elise, all the sexy ladies from League of Legends. And I was looking at his art and learning and be like, oh man, I really hope one day I can get to his level, you know? And then guess what? Just because I looked at people's art, but eventually I just started kind of ignoring it, right? I just started ignoring what everybody else was doing and just focused on my own stuff. And then eventually what ended up happening was I got the job at Riot, and then very soon after that, probably about 8 months later, the guy that I had looked up to, Paul Kwan, one of the amazing artists, he was then joining Riot. He was working as an artist at the same place as me, and he was literally sitting he was sitting right next to me, this guy who I was looking up to. And I think that part of the reason why we ended up in the same place was because I just kept focusing on like improving my craft instead of, oh, hey, here's a new picture. How well does that stack up next to this guy? Right. How well does that stack up next to this guy? How old is this guy? Okay, I'm good. I'm ahead of him. I'm ahead of him. And again, these are natural things that are going to happen. These are natural thoughts. But it's important that you just understand that they're there, and then understand that they're not really important. It's not important how old you are and how much you stack up against somebody else. It really doesn't. What matters is developing your confidence, developing your style, and then you'll just get to where you're naturally going to go.
I don't know. I would say, like, I feel the same, too. I mean, I'm almost 20, and I feel super behind. But honestly, it came down to art wasn't important to me for a long time. Music was very important to me. Like, I thought, I mean, I very well could still be, but I was in a band. We were playing shows. I was meeting other bands. Like, it was great. Yeah. And then
I thought you were gonna be like meet ladies.
Meet ladies, no. Okay, so funny story about this. All the ladies were talking to the singer and the drummer of my band one time. So when we set up the drummer's kit, we loosened all of his cymbals. So when they would hit them, they would just fall. That's what you get for not helping set up. But anyway, so I mean, like, I thought music was way fun, and then when the band broke up, I was just like, what am I gonna do? You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I can't make a career or whatever. And then when I didn't have that distraction anymore, it became super apparent that music, as much as I love music, it stresses me out too much to be the creator of music. I love playing along to music. I love playing along, just doodling, writing my own stuff. Like, that's what's fun to me. Yeah. And then I kind of had this, Keenan moved back and he was working on the comic, and then it was kind of nice. I rediscovered, like, my love for art and to draw, and so
zombies,
some zombies. Yeah. And so that's kind of like, for me, I know what you're saying, like, as far as being behind, because I stopped drawing for a long time. Like, I recently picked up drawing this past summer, when I stopped drawing probably when I was like 13. That was about when I picked up my guitar. So
yeah, and I think actually one more thing I want to add to that is part of the reason why I want you to just ditch that whole mentality of feeling behind is because whether or not you really are, like, it's a really strange question, because it's almost like a question that you're making up, because it doesn't necessarily matter. And then on top of that, you worrying about that and thinking that you're behind literally does nothing for you. It doesn't help you improve in any way. All it does is just make you doubt your skills, consider quitting, just sabotaging your own success. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. Which was covered in the last Thoughtful Thursday. I'm actually really excited for tomorrow. I don't know exactly what I'm going to talk about, but
I think so.
It's going to be good.
So, I mean,
usually there's something that happens throughout the day where I'm like, oh, that'll be a good Thoughtful Thursday.
I don't know, for me, it's like I'm just barely starting. I mean, I can draw pretty alright, on paper, but it's really hard to make the switch to digital. And so to me, the fact that the first time I tried drawing, I tried to draw a splash and I couldn't do it, just really upset me, and I was like, well, I'm no good, or whatever. But that's definitely not the case. I mean, well, that is true. I'm no good at drawing splashes, but, maybe one day.
It takes time, dude. Yeah, it takes time. You can get there.
Yeah, also, it's like what he said, that you got to focus on what you're interested in. Because I was like, I got to draw splashes if I want to be an artist. But, like, I'm not even interested in splashes. Like, that's not stuff that I look at.
I'm not drawing splashes anymore. I'm drawing freaking comics.
Yeah,
way more simple
stuff that I look at. Is what you guys post. I like the stuff you guys post.
Yeah.
To me, it's a little more interesting than splashes, but
yeah, that's just I like seeing what people post. It makes me really happy.
So I hope we answered your question.
Yeah,
to the best of our ability.
Yeah. With that, I think we're gonna actually start winding down here.
Okay. There's one other question that I really think we need to read.
Okay.
It says, "Hey Keenan, I want to pledge the remaining until 300. Is there a way I can donate like $14 just at one time and then keep my monthly pledge aside from this?"
Oh yeah. The way that works is whatever you want to pledge, just go ahead and pledge that, because you get charged basically at the first of the month.
Yeah.
So say you make a pledge for $10 and you want to do that for just 1 month. All you have to do is you pledge it, right? And then you'll get charged first of the month.
And then you can cancel.
And then you can adjust it. After you get charged, you
right.
just go back in and then you edit it. And then you can knock it back down to $1 or whatever you want to knock it down to. So yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Feel free to lay it down. Lay it down. If you'd like. All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to go ahead and finish it up.
And conclude. The way I see it, there is Mace.
Conclude 59? 159? That's right. Yeah. 59. Great. Oh, these look so awesome. Really, really happy with these.
So, ultra long stream, ultra in-depth questions and answers.
Ultra long stream question, co-cast, Coco, Colton.
Coco.
Wait, what do they call you?
Coco
Kresser.
Yeah.
Coco Kresser.
Coco Kresser. That's
excellent. Let me know if you want to keep that name. If not,
no, I like Coco Kresser.
We'll pretend like it never happened.
No. Coco Kresser.
All right, people. So I want to say thank you so much for all your awesome submissions. It was a pleasure drawing your characters as always. And again, remember you can help support and get these cool prints on Patreon. Just click that little link over there. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow on Thoughtful Thursday. Until next time, you guys take care. Colton, you want to say anything?
I just wanted to thank all you people for donating to the Patreon. It really means a lot. And like you said, I'll see you tomorrow. Not me, but
yeah.
Hope y'all have a real good night after this ultra long stream.
Yeah, you guys take care. I'll see you next time.